Recruiter here, the Headless Headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resume. The resume we have up first is, I don't know, you just sent me, all you said was back-end developer. Well, this goes for everybody, not just software engineers. You need to be very specific with the job title you tailor your resume to. You don't want to individually tailor your resume to each job. That is a way to get less interviews, but you do want to pick a job title and tailor a single resume to that job title. And in this case, a back-end developer could be a back-end Python, back-end Java, or back-end C#/.NET. Or like COBOL or Ruby on Rails or whatever, but those are very rare. So what I'm going to do is roll a D6, which is a six-sided die, and whatever it lands on is what I'm going to review. 1 to 2 for Python, 3 to 4 for Java, 5 to 6 for C#.NET, and it was a 2. So that is a Python developer. So we are reviewing this as if it was a Python developer. Now, Lee, you may ask, I'm not a Python developer. Well, you should have told me what kind of developer you are, because software engineering is broken into stacks, and it's very rare for somebody to have a role that is stack agnostic. And I say that as somebody who is working on those roles as we speak. It's very rare in the overall market. You want to pick a stack. If you do not, you will probably get rejected. So for a Python software engineer, we need Python, SQL, Docker, Cloud, and its words, RESTful APIs, Agile, Git, CI/CD, and then one of like full stack or AI or DevOps, and a bonus for Kubernetes or MongoDB. This person also completely docs themselves, so I cannot scroll past this page. So please, when you submit it to me, read the instructions on my website and do not dox yourself. So, can I find this in 20 seconds, which is all the time we have, and go. All right. Can't use this. Where's your education? All the way down here. Oh my gosh. Python, okay, good. Flask and AWS is good. Node is good. Okay, SQL. And oh my gosh, this is so hard to read. And where was I? Docker. Okay, that's it. So, this would be a yeet. I did not find enough stuff. Now, you may say, Lee, why do you only have 20 seconds? That's literally all the time recruiters have. Technically, it's really 15 seconds, but I add an extra 5 because I have to do it live, and that takes a little bit of extra time. But that's it. That's all the time we have. And because your resume was formatted so poorly, I had to bounce around because I had to find this. So you lost about 6 seconds. So you want your resume to look like this, okay? This is how you want your resume to look like. It's on my website. It's free to download. This is how you basically create it into this. But if it looks like this, I'm going to lose time. So what did I find, right? Let's see. I found Python, which was good. I found Flask, but I didn't find Flask API, or I didn't find Fast API or Django. I did find Docker out of the corner of my eye and SQL. That's good. And then I also found, I think that's it. I did not see AWS. There it is, right here. Stop bolding everything. My eyes are bouncing around everywhere that I actually missed AWS. Although, admittedly, you said AWS Event Bridge, which may not be the same as AWS. Just say AWS. So, let me see what this person actually wrote me. Maybe that will change my opinion on this. Probably not. New graduate, almost 300 applications and not a single interview. Yes, that is because this is a bad resume. So, you wrote this, so I got no sleep last night, so I'm very tired. But if your resume can get past a very tired recruiter, good job. It's a great resume. But yeah, you filled your resume with bolding and these percentages. Seriously, I'm going to sound like repeating this every single time, but stop putting percentages in your resume. Unless you're a director or in sales, you don't want to put these weird percentages. It just makes it way worse. Build an automated reporting service using Python, Flask in an AWS environment is great. That's a fine sentence. Node. Oh, I did see Node. I forgot Node as well. Node was up there somewhere. Oh, I'm not even looking for Node. Never mind. So yeah, but man, I wish you did not bold this. This resume would be so much better if it just wasn't looked like this, because I would actually be able to read it. But then where's the RESTful APIs and the Agile and the Git and the CI/CD? I cannot use it down here, right? It has to be in a bullet point under a job or a project or an internship. So I don't see Git, I don't see CI/CD, I don't see RESTful APIs, and I don't see Agile. And you don't need all of those, but I really do need RESTful APIs at least. And then I did not see Fast API or Django. Again, I needed 3 from that little section on the list. So your problem is your resume is bad. That doesn't mean you're bad. I want to be clear. Your resume is not a reflection of your skill at your job. It's just a reflection of how well you can write a resume. And I personally tell managers that a lot of the time. I'm like, hey, you may not want to reject this candidate because the only skill they don't have is how to write a resume. And I've gotten people jobs specifically by saying that. But I need this to be written in a way that is actually understandable to A, layman, and B, that is readable. So once you fix the formatting, I'm going to need you to go back and change these bullet points up a little bit, right? Like, optimized a MySQL database by this. I don't want to see that. I just want you to see used SQL, Python, Docker, Django Fast API to create microservices to hook up to our RESTful APIs or something, right? Like, I need it to be simple because the goal of your resume is not to impress me. You will never impress me with your resume. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying I see so many resumes every day that the second I'm impressed by one, I think they're not going to respond. So I don't care. You will not impress us with your resume. That's okay, though. You don't need to impress us to get a job. You just need to show that you have the basic qualifications to move forward to an interview. That's it. That's all we're looking for. Now, in the interview, you will need to impress the hiring manager and the manager's team. But for the resume, don't impress. It's literally, well, you'll fail. You cannot impress people with a resume. Just does not work. So that's all I can do for this one. If y'all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out. And if you need more help, like where I find these qualifications and interview tips and tricks, join me on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And let's go to the next resume. We've got another random software engineer, but this one did not tell me if they were back-end. So we're going to roll the D6 again. Let's see what you get. I could probably make an entire series on this because this is the most common mistake software engineers make is they don't pick a stack. We got 4, which is a back-end C#.NET developer. All right, so let me see if I can get that up real quick. What do you mean if I can? I can. I have it right here. It's just going to take half a second. But yes, again, maybe this person's not a C#.NET developer. Cool. You didn't tell me, and this is part of the problem. You need to be very specific. Every single job, not just software engineer, is very specific in what they are looking for, even entry level. You just need to be specific. All right, so for C#, we're looking for .NET, C#, SQL, Cloud, Azure, AWS, GCP, MVS, which is Microsoft Visual Studio, Git, Agile, RESTful API, CI/CD. Honestly, Git, Agile, and RESTful APIs and CI/CD are like in every single one. That's kind of evergreen. You should have that in your resume. Easily found in the first 2 sentences or 3. Then front end. Weirdly enough, a lot of C# devs need to know front end. I don't know why. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, cross-functional, DevOps, and ASP.NET. So, can I find it in 20 seconds? Probably not. I think this person has a terrible ratio. Let me double check. What is the ratio? So the ratio is, again, how many applications it takes to get an interview. On average, you want less than 1 in 50. This person has over 150, which is not good. So, let's begin and go. All right, cross-functional's good. Okay, so Java and Spring Boot, not what I'm looking for because I'm looking for C. C#, not C++. SQL and C#. Okay, good. C# is here. And that's it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. Well, that definitely would get yeeted. So, international student. Okay, that's going to tank your ratio. Applying to software engineer new grad jobs and currently working as a volunteer software development engineer. So, your problem is you did not pick a stack, right? And these are so broad because I see Java and Spring and RESTful up here, which, again, the RESTful is good, the SQL is good, but then there's not enough specifics anywhere else. So I'm going to assume that you are Java. Again, I don't actually know, but you need to pick a stack. It's so rare to like find a role that is stack agnostic. It's just really rare in the market. Again, I'm working on one right now. It's not common. I cheered when I heard that, actually. I was like, yeah, so much easier. Still not easy, but it's a lot easier if it's stack agnostic. So, What I'm looking for in a Java developer is Java, Spring, Spring Boot, which I actually did see. That's very good. Well, I saw Spring Boot, but not Spring. So these are good. And then I saw SQL, which is good. RESTful APIs, did not see. Microservices, did not see. Oh, here it is, but you bolded everything and you're formatting so bad I missed it. So no, I'm not counting that because I did not find it in 20 seconds because of your formatting. That is a formatting issue. OOP, which I don't see. I think I might have saw that at the corner of my eye. Yeah, here, again. Did not get far enough down to see it. Git, where is Git? I don't see Git. Other APIs, Maven, Cloud. I don't see Cloud. Architecting, SDLC, and MongoDB. So yeah, I don't see those. Again, you're like, well, Lee, hold on, they're right here. No, nothing in the skill section counts. You should not have skill sections. I really, really, really hate skill sections, and I wish people would stop writing them. I understand why people do, but these are not qualifications. We are not keyword hunting. We are looking for what you did, which is this list, how you did it, which could also sometimes be this list, and the reason or result of doing it. And it has to be under a job, an internship, or a project, with the exception of education or years of experience requirements. So that is why nothing can be used in a skill section. So you need to fix your formatting, make it look like this. Look, this is bolded, this is bolded, this is not. That's it. Those are the only things that are bolded. Your name, the education certs, and the work history. That's it. That's all that should be bolded. And delete this. And I might have actually found enough to maybe move you forward. I am still missing some other stuff like microservices for Java, Maven. I am missing Cloud, and Cloud is pretty big. Let's see. You said Cloud is up here. Where's your AWS? You said AWS. Okay, it's up there. And all the way down there. Yeah, no one's going to find it. No one's going to find it all the way down there. That's not good. That's 5 years ago. But and I did see Kubernetes as a bonus. But yeah, your problem is it's really rough for internationals right now. This is the hardest market for internationals in probably a decade or so, honestly. And it's honestly going to get a little bit worse, unfortunately. But even if you were not an international, this resume would still struggle to get interviews. Because I just don't see this stuff in the time I have required. And you filled it with memory usage and 2 seconds to under 100 milliseconds or 60% latency. Again, stop with the percentages. Unless you're in sales or you're a manager, you don't want these percentages on there. Your goal should be to avoid as many numbers as possible. So that's as much as I can do for this resume, and I am wishing them the best luck because it's real rough out there for internationals right now. But let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a AI/ML developer, except weirdly enough, machine learning engineers are slightly different than a AI developer. Sometimes it can be confusing because a machine learning engineer is an AI developer, but an AI developer is not necessarily a machine learning engineer. So I'm reviewing this as a machine learning engineer, and let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. This person completely doxed themselves. There's so many doxings on this. Stop doxing yourselves. Read the instructions. The website's instruction tells you to not dox yourselves. It makes it harder for me to help you if you do. So what we need for an ML engineer is degree, machine learning, models, LLM, NLP, generative AI, Python, R, C++, Cloud, SQL, TensorFlow, PyTorch, SkibbityLearn, Pandas, NumPy, LangChain, RAG, also LangGraph as well. Customer-facing stakeholder clients, be the subject matter expert. And for very, very niche roles with companies like John Deere and Caterpillar, CAD, FEA, and then you want Git, CI/CD, finite element analysis, and API. So, probably Agentic too. If you see Agentic, that's also good. Let's start. All right, Python, good. SQL, don't care. MongoDB, Power BI, I'm not looking for that. Is this even the right one? Clinic, saving hours in Power BI. Yeah, there's nothing here. The only thing I see is Python. This is more of a data analyst or data scientist role. Yeah, I see nothing here. This formatting is also a nightmare. Stop bolding everything. I need you to hit Control A and then Control B twice to get rid of all the bolding in your resume except for the work experience and the project section. So let me see what you actually wrote. Is my resume is not getting reviewed. Can you please check? Yeah, because it's a bad... I don't know what you're... There's nothing here that would imply ML besides Actually, no, there's nothing that would apply machine learning. Maybe this is a generalized AI resume, which still probably doesn't work. So let me see if I can find that. So that would be an AI developer role. So instead, so LLM, which I still don't see, AI, ML, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Cloud, Hugging Face, I don't see any of that. Python I did see, and then company specific, which I also don't see. So I actually need to update that. There's more than that. I think something got lost there, but there's more. Maybe in an AI engineer, right? This is the more recent one. Let's do this one. And yeah, I still see nothing. In fact, the only things I see in this are Power BI, which I'm not looking for, and Python. You need to go back to the drawing board, because this is a nightmare to read, and B, has literally nothing I'm looking for in a machine learning engineer or an AI engineer besides Python. I need 75% of these to move forward. Now, admittedly, I am a US-based recruiter, and sometimes outside the US, trying to fix the lighting is different. So maybe this is different outside the US and these are some of the qualifications, but I don't think so. You need to look at what they're actually asking you to do. My guide tells you how to do this, but basically take 10 to 15 roles of the same job title or same skills of the job title, and then make an aggregate of the qualifications, not the responsibilities, the qualifications, and use that as your guide to make your resume, because this has nothing I need. You've sent me almost a blank piece of paper. So let's go to the next resume. This is, y'all know the drill, random one. So please be specific. And it's 2. Which is 2? It is backend Python. We just did backend Python. I guess we did it, but it was actually a Java engineer. So, all right, we're going to do a backend Python this time again. So let's see what we're looking for in a backend Python developer in the United States. Again, other countries have different stuff. I cannot be outside the US in all the markets, so it may not translate as well. Is Python, SQL, Docker, Cloud, It's Words, RESTful API, Agile, Git, CI/CD, one of those, Kubernetes, and ETL, MongoDB, and Java. So basically, it's here. Y'all can read it. So, let's find it in 20 seconds, and to go. All right, nothing here. CRUD, RESTful, okay, but not RESTful APIs. Here it is, RESTful APIs, Django. I don't see Python. Again, doesn't count if it's up here. Develop mobile nothing, 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 nothing. Okay, definitely doesn't count. Let's see what you said. I have no experience and will be graduating in a few months. I want to know if I could apply to companies like Oracle, IBM, Intel, Tata. I mean, I think anybody can apply to Tata, Bosch, etc., and not be ignored. I mean, you will, because this resume is not good, but even then, it's pretty tough to get into those companies. Some of them. These are big companies, but I'm referring to their offices here in Mexico. I don't know. I am a US-based recruiter. I don't know the qualifications specifically in Mexico. It may, in fact, be different than the US. I specifically mentioned entry-level positions because I think the requirements might be lower compared to the U.S. Yes, that is definitely for sure. You cannot work in the U.S. without a work authorization. So a lot of people think that they can get a job and then get work authorization, and that is not really the case. I'm sure a lawyer can correct me, but you need the ability to work in the United States first before you can get a job offer for the United States. A few of these companies, but I don't know if it's good enough. I mean, the problem is your resume is not bad. I think that you are very much a Python dev, but look, your resume isn't good, right? So I want you to write it like this, and I need this stuff. Like, I cannot have it here. This is also like a little skill section. It doesn't count here. For one, because I need to see how you did it and the reason and result of you doing it. So being up here off on its own doesn't count. And two, a recruiter may actually miss this because we have 15 seconds and think this is part of the job. They say, oh, a social forum app React or Little Lemon booking Django, right? Hopefully they don't, but they could. So I need you to write it here, and that's your problem. Is you're not putting it, at least in the U.S. I don't know how it works in Mexico. It may be different. Maybe this is a good resume in Mexico. That's entirely possible. I do have a recruiter friend that is in Mexico. I don't know if they're a tech recruiter, though. What did they do? No, I think they did sales. I should actually check up on him. He's really cool. So, yeah, I need this, right? I need it here. I need it here. I also need RESTful, like, I need a little bit more to, like, get in CI/CD. But your biggest problem is you try to use it like a skill section. And again, skill sections don't count. You cannot have anything here, and you cannot have anything here. They do not count. They are wasted space. If anything, they make it harder to read and potentially make it so we miss what we actually do need. So besides just that, you just need a little bit more as well. I don't think I see Git or CI/CD. I did not think I saw SQL. No, I did. Yeah, where's SQL? Okay, it's up here. So what else did there? Docker. And if you have Django, I need fast APIs in Flask. So again, you found the correct qualifications, but you did not write them correctly, so they are worthless. So you need to write them here. So that's all I can do for this resume. Let's go to the next one. This is a resume of a full stack software developer. Finally, they gave me an actual title I can use. Although they did dox themselves, so shame on you, but not shame for giving me the right title. So good on you for the title, shame on you for doxing yourself. So what we need is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. And I want to be clear, if I do not see that in the first sentence, probably going to be a rejection. If you are a full stack dev, I need to see TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML in like the first sentence. I will say sometimes you can replace like TypeScript with maybe like .NET or Python or Java. Some companies let you to, but it's very beneficial to have it. So Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful API, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, and .NET or Python or Java, and a bonus points for architecture, extra language, Git, and DevOps. And I want to be clear, that is extra language is a bonus point, but I need to see the first parts first. You don't get to only put the extra credit and pass the test. I need to see the TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML before I see any of the other stuff. Maybe Python or whatever could be there too. So 20 seconds. See, have to do this so they do not get doxxed. And go. Oh my gosh, this is an abomination. Nothing I can use here. They have a degree. Okay. Promoted. What? Okay. Nest.js, maybe. Ably, LangChain, AI. I mean, LangChain is maybe good. MCP. Okay, so this is agentic. Built a rabbit. Yeah, there's like, this is not a full stack role. I mean, look, I'll be honest. If you were in the United States, well, you are actually. Let's see. Is this software engineer intern? Okay, no, not quite enough. But so this reads more like an agentic AI engineer than a full stack. Like you have nothing I need for full stack. I do not see a single thing for full stack, but I do see a lot for agentic AI. But again, that's not the role I'm recruiting for. It is in real life, but not for this, hypothetical. So applying to junior and intern positions. Okay, I mean, those are different resumes. A junior position is different than an intern. An intern resume is different than a junior position. A good intern resume will get you rejected from junior positions, and a great junior resume will get you rejected for intern positions. You need to be specific. But there's just nothing here for full stack. Like, where is your TypeScript? Again, can't be here. Doesn't count. Nothing in the skill sections count. Absolutely nothing in the skill sections count. Where is the JavaScript? Where is the Python? I don't see it. I also can't Control F to find it because you doxed yourself. So, and there's no way a recruiter is actually going to Control F in doing this, especially for a new grad. I just don't see anything besides, again, solid agentic stuff. That's going to be good, but nothing here for full stack. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. I see literally nothing for full stack. Is there anything? Maybe Nest.js. Is Nest.js one of those? Maybe. Maybe they could count that. But yeah, I just don't see it. You need to be specific with your resume. If you are submitting a resume for a full stack role, I need to see that stuff. So that is all I can do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. If you ever need more help, come on to my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. I will help you out there with interview prep and anything else you need. Please subscribe. Really helpful, and I'll see you in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.